Coming up today on Sports and Such, Emily Jones and Julie Dobbs compete to see who gets to be my backup mother. Dina visits one of the hottest fusion restaurants in town with the new sports editor of D Magazine, and Reggie goes to the Cowboys game. All that and more on Sports and Such. Hello and welcome to Sports and Such. I'm your host, Kevin Turner, and let's jump right into this week's top stories. The Cowboys knocked off the Panthers last week to improve to 3-1 on the season. Trayvon Diggs was the big story as he had 2 more interceptions to give him 5 so far through just 4 games this year. At this point, why are quarterbacks even throwing at him? They realize they have a choice, right? It's like choosing to have a cup of coffee at 10 p.m. right before hitting the pillow. You're gonna wake up. If you don't want to wear clean clothes, you don't have to do laundry. If you don't want Trayvon Diggs eating your lunch, then don't throw at him. It's not that hard, quarterbacks. Looking at you, Sam Darnold. And I guess it's really no surprise the Cowboys beat the Panthers, considering some Panthers players don't even know what animal their mascot is.
What's that bear doing?
Like a bear.
Panther.
That's Sir Purr, bro.
Who?
Sir Purr.
How you say that?
Sir Purr.
Sir Purr. Oh, Sir Purr? Wow.
Come on, man. How have you not heard of Sir Purr? That's like an Australian who's never heard of Hugh Jackman. And for those who don't know, Sir Purr is a multi-talented recording artist on the side as well. I celebrate his entire catalog. And in a bit of a shocker, the Cowboys cut Jaylon Smith on Tuesday night. Smith was guaranteed $9 million next season due to an injury clause in his contract if he got hurt this season. I did think it was interesting that Jaylon was missing a finger when he was asked to comment on Wednesday morning. The Cowboys reportedly still owe Jaylon over $7 million for this season. That's how you know you're bad at your job, when they have to pay you over $7 million to not do it. And up next for the Cowboys is the Giants. And outside of the fact that they're playing a bad team, the other good news for Dallas is they will have the size advantage. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid became the first head coach in NFL history to have 100 wins with 2 different teams. That's a cool accolade and all, but not as cool as the time when he was a kid and won the punt pass kick contest.
The lineman for Lavelle Edwards, but go back to 19th. This is the punt, pass, and kick contest. Look at the throw.
He's huge. Former Cowboys wide receiver Cole Beasley decided to go to war with Bills fans as he tweeted this. "Only place I get booed is at our home stadium. Then some of the same people want me to take pictures and sign autographs. I thought the Bills fans were the best in the world. If the vaccine works, then why do vaxxed people need to be protected from the unvaxxed? I swear, this guy runs into drama faster than Victor on The Young and the Restless. He likes to jump directly into the social media swamp pit like he's the crocodile hunter. I think the kid from Step Brothers said it best."
What's this guy's deal?
The Denver Broncos lost their first game of the season on Sunday to the Ravens. When Teddy Bridgewater left the game and didn't return, it was the 9th starter to exit the field and not return to the game in which they were injured. That can only mean one thing. The Broncos must have the best locker room snacks in the league. Cheez-Its. The Jaguars are 0-4 after losing to the Bengals last Thursday night, and their head coach Urban Meyer was captured in multiple social media posts doing things like this at a bar in Columbus.
That were caught on several cell phone cameras.
Gross. Show your hands, dude. And you know, just so nobody here thinks I'm out on an Urban Meyer witch hunt, I think we should show you this too. Oh, I love it so much. Nothing punches a narcissist egomaniac below the belt faster than the phrase, "Who are you?" But then on Monday, Urban had a chance to speak for himself, and I'm not sure he saved any face.
I stayed to see the grandkids, and we all went to dinner that night at the restaurant, and then there's a big group next to our restaurant, and they wanted me to come over and take pictures, and I did. And they were trying to pull me out on the dance floor, screwing around, and I should have left.
Dude, if that's what you call spending time with your grandkids, then this story just got a lot worse. On Sunday night, prodigal son Thomas Edward Brady returned to New England, and while the fans in Gillette Stadium were excited, I don't think Bill Belichick was. Not because Tom left and proved he could win without him, and not because the Bucs beat his team, not even because he's just a bottomless pit of stoicism. None of that. I think it's a shame because his surrogate son looks like this, while grumpy old Bill raised his flesh and blood to think this is a reasonable haircut to exist with. Hey bro, exotic, here's a crisp 20. We'll mail it to you if you get an adult haircut. In college football, it was kind of a boring week, at least in the opinion of this guy on the chain gang in the Syracuse-Florida State game. Hello, 911. Yeah, I'd like to report a sports fallacy. So the chain gang thing is really outdated, and with modern technology, I could just enjoy this game from home. All right, bye. Don't call 911 unless you need to. Kentucky beat Florida to stay undefeated, becoming the first college team ever with a banana as quarterback to start 5-0. And the most appealing part about that banana is how slippery he is in the backfield. Scouting reports indicate he may get mushy under pressure, but this quarterback isn't green anymore. Kentucky takes on LSU this week, and the win looks ripe for the picking. And now it's time for this week's Tweet of the Week with former Cowboys head coach Wade Phillips. Oh, there's more. Okay. Here it is again, the Tweet of the Week, Part 2. Thanks for clearing that up, Wade. I thought he was talking about Cindy D from 104.5 The River in Alabama, playing only the best soft rock for kayakers. And in Ed Sheeran news, a report this week said that Sheeran spent $5.5 million to expand one of his properties in the UK. That's in addition to the report stating that he owns 27 houses in London alone. As a guy stuck in a tiny one-room apartment, I kind of can't stand Ed Sheeran now, so I guess I got to get rid of all these hats. The first person to tweet at Lone Star Emmy and hashtag an Emmy for Sports and Such, while also tagging our account at Sports Such DFW, will win an official Ed Sheeran NFL kickoff hat. See? Who says watching our show is a waste of time? You could win an Ed Sheeran hat. That's this week's top stories. Dina chats with New D Magazine sports editor Mike Palucci next on Sports and Such.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Being in a commercial truck wreck is a terrible ordeal.
You're in pain and your life is on hold.
As partners at Frankel & Frankel, we understand.
Let us fight the big insurance and trucking companies for you. We know the ins and outs of commercial truck wrecks.
214-333-3333
or online at truckwreck.com.
How did your career path go in the way that it did? Did you always like writing as a kid, or how did
I just loved sports. I loved sports, and I never really knew the outlet for it, right? I was always good at writing, and went to college. I was a cultural anthropology major and an international relations minor. Well, yeah, nothing related to this, right? At a career fair, I picked up a flyer for Fox Sports. Their main lot, their main offices are on the Fox lot out in Century City. And I came home, I was out having drinks at a bar with some friends. I was like, I should apply for something. And like at, 11:30 on a Saturday night in winter break, I applied for an internship, didn't think anything of it. I got a phone call a month and a half later, was fortunate enough to land this internship. And so my last semester of college, I did that, graduated, there were no jobs, nobody's getting hired anywhere. I pick up a PA job in addition to that internship. I pick up another internship. I just basically become that guy who just goes in every single day. I had this job in TV and I was working 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning and I had no life. And I just I had nothing to do in my free time other than like sometimes come back up here and visit family and friends. And I just asked some of these people in these regions, I was like, look, you don't have writers right now. You have a couple, but you need more. Let me write for you for free. If it sucks, don't use it. If it's good, use it. And so I just wrote baseball stuff because it was the summer. And that's kind of how it started. Those were like my first ever bylines. And that begat a very long, this is all 2009, 2010. This begat a very long journey.
What kind of stories do you like to cover?
I think stories that are really about something else. My favorite story I've ever written is a professional wrestling story. And it's about a guy he's very, very famous, named Cody Rhodes. He's always been a big deal. His dad is one of the best professional wrestlers ever, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And his father passed away, and his father was his best friend. And in a lot of ways, he was searching for catharsis. And so the story was really about identity and about belonging and about who you are in this world that your father creates, and how do you become yourself. When you're talking to someone and they're telling you something real, they're telling you stuff that's relevant and important about their life, and they kind of let you in. I mean, that's the highest honor.
Comedy is very subjective.
Oh yeah, of course. It's hard. It's so hard.
And like I've got some feedback here and there from the first season that we threw on YouTube, which I love. I love hearing constructive criticism, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the goal of this show is to make something that I love, that our team loves, and that we're proud of, and that we have fun with. And then if people also like it, then great. And if they don't, then that's the way it is. You can't please everybody. You're not going. And if you go into it thinking, what am I going to create that everybody's going to love and everybody's going to laugh to? You're going to make a watered down version of whatever you were intending.
And then some people will be like, this is watered down.
Yeah.
Very, very few people doing what you do in any medium even have name value past for one generation. None of the stuff we do will live on that long. So why do you do it? And I think everybody's got their own answer, but I don't think it'd be very fulfilling if it's just to try and get adulation or fame, because that's really fleeting. I think it has to be, does this fulfill me? Is it something that I like? Is this good? Is this something that I'm proud of? When I was seeing what was out there, and I was, I loved The Athletic, but I was, I missed writing. That was a really big part of why I was looking around. And I freelanced and done a magazine story for D a couple years ago. I talked to Zach and Matt. And I said, hey, as somebody who lives in Dallas, I love D Magazine. I think you cover the city better than anybody else. But you don't do sports, and why not? And is that something you might do? And that begat a bunch of conversations with Tim and with Christine. And basically, here we are. Thankfully, they decided that we could and that I was the guy to do it. What are we going to do here? Well, a couple things. One, I think this magazine is synonymous with storytelling. It always has been. It always will be. That is what we're going to try to do in sports. We've always, one of the things that we have for Launch Week is a reminder, we're the 10 best sports stories D has done, because we've done sports stories before I came here full time. One of them was the thing I did on Dallas's role in creating the first professional bridge team, like the card game. But beyond that, I think when you read Front Burner, right, and you read news from the D side, it's funny, it's to the point, it's got voice.
Got a lot of personality.
It's fun. I feel like we can have a lot more fun. We're going to find stuff that's off the beaten path to complement we're going to do the big sportscaster story. Yeah, we're going to do things on big athletes in town. But we're going to do this of, hey, is this a sport? Is this local? Cool. Awesome. Let's try it. Let's see. So I think by doing that, we can hit, if you like The Athletic, you're going to like us, because we're going to do storytelling and we're going to do stuff about sports that's not really about the games. If you read the papers, you're going to like us because we're telling stories, but we're also going a little more in depth than maybe what the game stories will be doing, and telling you things you might not already know, but we're not going to keep you there for 3,500 words. And I love reading 3,500 words of analysis, but not everybody does. So I think in a way, we're a little bit of everything for just about everyone. And I think when I tell you this now, maybe in 6 months, we do it completely different than what I'm envisioning in this moment. And that's the fun part, right? It's a startup, but it's a startup that has a little bit of a safety net behind me, because I happen to be supported by the best journalism brand in the city. So it's a dream come true in so many ways.
Donate your car to Cars for Kids and help Texans Can Academies.
Does it have to be running?
Nope.
Does it help a great cause?
Yes, you'll receive the highest possible tax deduction and a $50 Visa gift card. Plus, we tow the vehicle in any condition, and in some cases, we pick up same day. Help Texans Can Cars for Kids and visit carsforkids.org. The donation process is fast and easy, and remember, write off the car, not the kid.
What does it mean when you want it so bad, but you can't find the word for the thing that you had? and everybody just reminds you it's so sad. Oh.
What's happening, y'all? Reginald Atatula for another edition of Streets and Such. This time, I feel like you should be able to guess where I'm at. It's AT&T Stadium just after Cowboys defeat the Panthers. Let's see what Cowboys Nation's feeling about this, and maybe some Panthers Nation that came through. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Yes.
What'd you think of the game?
Cowboys, let's go, baby. Let's go.
It was so good. I'm so excited for the Cowboys.
What was your favorite part of it?
Dak Prescott, he's always my favorite part.
Obviously, you like when Dak airs it out, but it's better when he manages the game. Give it to Zeke. Let him run the rock. You already know what Zeke did tonight. He gonna party all night. Zeke, how much? Like 150?
Something like that.
I can't wait for the rest of the year, man.
What was your favorite part of the game?
Nothing. I will come back again. I enjoyed the stadium. That's why I came. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Did you? It looks like you enjoyed the game.
Ooh, yes, I did. I enjoyed every minute of the time we was in. My first rodeo, too. You know I enjoyed this here rodeo.
To the fullest.
Yeah.
To the fullest.
Hey, my mama Z from the Cowboy Stars of the Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, 76 years old, and getting it in. How about them Cowboys?
Can you compare with that?
No, I can't. That's how far on that level?
That's it. How long are you gonna let him talk to you like this?
All day, all week, till the end of the week.
All right, what about Trayvon Diggs? What y'all think of his day?
Oh, I love the 2 interceptions in one game. Come on now, back to back.
Yeah, I'm proud of our defense. That's the offense I'm not worried about. I love the way our defense is playing. We finally got a top corner who probably can be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
How you doing? How you feeling right now?
He needs to talk about the We are missing 2 star players.
Okay, the excuses.
Christian McCaffrey. Excuses.
Cowboys are the best. Panthers suck.
All right, say nothing if you think the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. There you have it.
Let me do one of Charlotte's own Ric Flair. Woo! Let's go! Cowboys all day.
I dozed off a couple times during the game, but
Why is that?
Because I'm really not a fan. I came with my boyfriend and his family, but from what I did see, they did good. And I don't know why I agreed to this. What is this gonna be on?
Last 2 years, the Panthers beat us. We got them tonight. Woo, 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 woo.
But I can tell you this. If Steve Smith was on the team, we would have won.
That's a long time ago. Was Zeke the best Cowboy tonight? Who's the best Cowboy tonight?
Trayvon Diggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions, baby. 5 interceptions, 4 games. It's too easy for him.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Oh, hi. Yeah, Cowboys fans are a little bit excited about this win, as you might have been able to tell. I feel like the only thing left to say is, how about them Cowboys? I'm Reginald Atatula, and this has been Streets and Such.
I'm Cash Saroy, and this is the Collectible Network, the world's first streaming network devoted to sports cards and collectible content of all kinds.
You're live on the Collectible Network.
Have you ever been in a sports card break? Try it. It's easy. Whoa! Win an online auction for your team, then watch our live stream on Twitch or YouTube, and all of the cards from the team you won get shipped to you the next day. You're amazing.
Thank you for subscribing.
Follow the Collectible Network on social media right now. The Collectible Network, where you are, we are. This is One of One.
Hi, I'm Kevin Turner of Sports and Such, and this time of year, large electric invoices in Texas have become an occupational hazard. Let's face it, big bills cause big problems. And that's where a buddy of mine comes in. He's worked in the industry as an electricity consultant for 15 years, and he deals with multiple providers. Whether you're the owner of 8 restaurants in Dallas, or if you're moving into a 1-bedroom apartment in Wichita Falls, call Bo Hannes, because he's my friend. Let him save you some money, and he'll be your friend as well.
When you want it so bad, but you can't find the word for the thing that you had, and everybody just reminds you it's so sad. Oh.
All right, now it's time for the game show portion of Sports and Such, and joining me today are 2 of my favorite moms. Like, I love my mother, but these are 2 of my other favorite moms. From the Mom Game Podcast, it's Emily Jones and Julie Dobbs.
Hello.
Are we having wine tonight, ladies?
Yeah, I just came from happy hour where I had 2 drinks, so I'm taking a break, and then I'm probably gonna have another glass.
We're going to play a very quick game show. The answers are all in a number or a percentage, and we'll play like a higher, lower type thing. Question 1 is worth 1 point. Question 2 is worth 2. Question 3 is worth 3 points. And depending how those go, we'll see how much question 4 is worth.
That's bull S. That is not fair. I like it. Question 4 is for all the marbles.
According to a new survey, what percentage of people say they snore or live with someone who does?
89%.
It is lower than 89%. Julie?
70%.
It is higher than 70%. Back to Emily.
74%.
It's higher than 74%. Over to Julie.
80%.
Higher than 80%.
83%.
She said 83%, and she is correct. 1 point for Emily Jones.
Wow. That's a lot of people that snore in this world.
1-0, Emily leads. But Julie, you will start this time. Julie, how many muscles are in a cat's ear?
Whew, this is really hard. 10.
It's higher.
14.
It's higher.
35.
Lower.
32.
Emily Jones is a 3-0 lead.
Damn it. I need this 4-pointer.
According to a new survey of 2,000 people, what percentage of shoppers admit that they worry that other people will judge their purchases?
Ooh, 69.
Nice.
What are you buying? I don't know.
It's higher than 69.
Oh, okay.
Julie, what percentage of shoppers admit that they worry other people will judge their purchases?
85%.
Lower than 85. Over to Emily.
77%.
Lower.
71%.
Higher.
74%.
Lower.
72%.
Correct. Julie has tied the game. Wow.
Just like that. We're tied.
Can I give the bird on this thing or no? No, it's not a bird.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It's mainstream TV.
Okay. All right.
So this is the sports drama that we all want here. We're tied at 3. This one's for all the marbles. Julie will go first. So Julie can end it right off the bat. How many dimples does an average golf ball have?
An average golf ball has 70 dimples.
Higher than 70.
84.
Higher.
99.
Higher.
114.
Higher.
150.
Higher.
164 dimples.
Higher.
200 dimples.
Higher.
Wow. Really?
284 dimples.
Higher.
Oh my gosh. Just on the little
Preview.
300 dimples.
Higher.
384.
Lower.
350.
Lower.
342.
Lower.
333.
Higher.
338.
Lower.
336.
Game over, Julie wins!
I killed it! 336 dimples.
I don't even believe that. I think that's false information. That's fake news. I don't believe.
I'm calling you out, KT. This is your own show, and she's calling you out. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, that was the great comeback story. Everyone loves a good comeback story. So congratulations, Julie. In the mail, you will get the VHS box set of Walker, Texas Ranger. I'll be mailing that to you.
Oh, good.
Emily, though, as a consolation prize, you get to come back in season 2, assuming that we don't get canceled.
I think this was rigged. I mean, I love you both, but I just don't buy it.
On our next edition of the Mom Game podcast, We are going to count the nipples on a golf ball.
The what?
The dimple.
I can't take her anywhere. I can't take her anywhere.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Julie. Have a great night. Go count the nipples on a golf ball, and we'll see you next time. All right, that does it for this week's show. I'm Kevin Turner, and this has been Sports and Such. We're back at the same time next week for another brand new episode. Thanks to this week's guests, Emily Jones, Julie Dobbs, and Mike Palucci, and for everyone on our crew. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kevin Turner, and I love you. Bye.